the past 60 years, 90% of global fish stocks have decreased. So what is sustainable fishing, and what can you do to help the global fish crisis?
My name is Natalie Gibb. I'm a third-year zoology student. Overfishing is arguably one of the world's biggest problems, and I wanted to investigate the promotion of responsible fishing in the coastal town of Falmouth. A big problem in the UK is that our consumption for fish is remaining the same even though stocks are decreasing.
Ocean 2012 are a coalition of people that are dedicated to ensuring that overfishing is stopped during the next EU Common Fisheries Policy meeting. They use scientific evidence to highlight the state of global fisheries to persuade decision makers. This graph demonstrates how reliant on the import of fish we have become. Since 1995, catch load in the UK, which is shown by the blue line, has decreased. And as we've become less able to support ourselves, our import load, which is the black line, has increased. We now import more fish than we actually land from British waters. Ocean 2012 believe that the designation of marine protected areas is an essential step towards tackling the EU's overfishing problem.
Currently only 10% of the world's oceans are protected, and there's an ongoing campaign to promote marine protection areas, and these are the areas that have specific rules in place to ease pressure on overexploited species and to maintain and create ideal habitats.
As Alan said, only 10% of our seas are protected. This means that people can fish from the other 90%. Marine reserves and no-take zones that are in place have been very positive. To establish a global network of marine reserves would cost 12 to 14 billion pounds. Currently, the government input approximately 40 to 50 billion pounds into subsidies to discourage overfishing. If we could take some of this money and establish this global network, it could be a solution to preserving future stocks, and it would also create a lot of jobs.
I headed into Falmouth to see if supermarkets were encouraging customers to buy sustainable produce through eco-labelling.
But some of them, we have noticed, do say MSC, so that's what we're looking for. Certified Sustainable Seafood.
So I've just had a look in Marks and Spencer's, and all of their fish are either MSC certified or have been stickered with their Forever Fish campaign logo. And so they're obviously doing a lot to promote sustainable fishing, and actually Greenpeace have listed Marks and Spencer's as one of the most reliable sources of sustainable fish in the UK.
Avoid fish that have been caught through bottom trawling or pair trawling. These are completely destructive methods of fishing that are responsible for destroying entire ecosystems and for the bycatch of dolphins and other marine mammals. I also wanted to see if members of the general public were even aware of these certified logos, and if they were something they look out for when buying fish from the supermarket.
About 80% of people I spoke to hadn't really seen the logos before, and when I asked them when they buy fish, do they look out for such things on the things that they're buying, and most of them said they just go for the cheapest option.
Being a Cornish seaside town, Falmouth gives home to a lot of fish and chip shops. Harbour Light's one of the most popular, has recently ran a no-cod week. I wanted to chat to Pete, the shop owner, about how the public responded to such a brave move.
Customers really embrace it. So much so that compared to the same week last year, we were up 30%.
Oh, brilliant.
So more people came down to see us because we had a cod-free week than when they were.
So what made you decide to go for a piece of pollock rather than cod?
Well, I know, I've seen on huge fish bites and stuff, and I know that cod's not sustainable.
So it has had an impression on the fish that you eat?
Yeah, it has.
age is certainly a factor. This whole idea for a cod-free week came from me at the primary school in Helston, asking the kids what they thought sustainable fish was all about. And there's one little lad, aged about 11, put up his hand and said, "Mr. Fraser, it's about not being selfish." I really enjoy fish and chips, and I like my grandchildren to enjoy fish and chips.
Pete down at Harbour Lights about his no cod week and how the customers responded, it really does seem like there's a social divide between the young ones and the old ones in the willingness to change and to try new things. It just seems like the older people are relentless in wanting to keep to their traditions, and we must eat cod because that's what we've been doing for years, but that's why we are in the situation that we're in.
You have a right to know what you are eating and where your fish has come from. Visit www.goodfishguide.co.uk, where the Marine Conservation Society have produced a list on what fish to eat and what fish to avoid. On this website you can also find a full list of the environmental labelling I was talking about earlier, so you know exactly what to look out for when you're buying your fish in the supermarkets. So, join the fish fight today and eat sustainable.